If you're subscribing to weekly real estate news, you're in good company. There are more than 1 million real estate agents and others in the real estate industry subscribing to this online news site now. In today's show, we're going to talk about 5 ways you can get the most out of your subscription. All right, now John Glenn Stevens, you are the founder. You're the president. You're the man who has built this. Thank you for it. First of all, I think it's a great site, probably one of the best online news sites in any industry, but certainly in real estate. Tell me, how did you come up with this? Why did you do this?
You know what? First and foremost, thank you. Incredibly proud of what we're making here. With this amazing team, being able, just shocked how well received we are in the real estate industry right now. Really, the idea came about. I was on a flight and met with some wonderful people. We started talking about what was benefiting, what was awesome, and what was lacking in the real estate industry. And one thing we discussed was the unbiased news. Right? A source for real estate agents and really anybody to come in and be able to look at news that makes it worthwhile to stay there and look at multiple web articles, to look at multiple things that would benefit them, not only in their business, but their day-to-day life as well. And it's been pretty awesome so far.
Well, I'll tell you, you have done a fantastic job, and you've pulled in some really good talent. Phil Hall's working with us on the editorial side. The guy is a machine. He's finding stories everywhere, and we're going to have more. But let's get into the meat of this. Let's talk about the 5 reasons. And the first one, I have to say, is subscribe to the newsletter. Now, the website itself is fantastic. So if you've been to the site and you've seen the news that shows up here every day, you know that every day there's tons of news stories, tons of great information. But that's only part of what we're sharing. Right, John?
Oh, exactly. I mean, the website's fantastic. And once again, I cannot say how awesome that Phil Hall is. I joke with him that, if we just sat him down in front of a computer and made sure he was fed and happy, he would churn out just article after article after article. He's been so great. And that's the beauty of the website, is the ability to go in there and you can see those things. But in the very top of there, you can see the subscribe button. That is where not only are you going to see the articles that are being written by Phil as well as others, but you're going to be able to receive extras as well. A lot of new things coming out that way. We have our morning news, our breaking news, our hits and misses. I mean, you do not want to miss out on subscribing to that newsletter, because it will make sure that you receive the information that's necessary, not only for your business, but like we talked about, for you in your personal life as well, that will make things better for you in the real estate industry. And pretty excited about a lot of the new stuff we're bringing out as well.
That's right. So do not forget to punch that button, subscribe to the newsletter. Number 2, follow us on LinkedIn at WRE News. Now, John, we're already putting up some great stuff on LinkedIn, and we have plans to put more up there. Why do you think that's such an important platform for our group?
Honestly, really important is the fact that we're going to have live events coming through LinkedIn. You want to make sure that you're surrounding yourself by business professionals and getting more business that way. But being able to be a part of a live event that's through LinkedIn, to where you can not only see the articles, but also be part of these live events where you can communicate and participate with other individuals throughout the entire nation that are real estate professionals. So critical piece, make sure to follow us on LinkedIn to be able to have that.
Oh, I love that. And that's not the only important social media site. We're also active on Facebook, right?
Yes, you may have heard of this. It's a slightly smaller social media, right? Facebook. It is literally the 100-pound purple gorilla in the room. They dominate everywhere they go. And so by being on Facebook, one thing that we've made possible is the ease of taking an article and resharing it right back out to your followers as well. This is something that's very, very important that I believe and the team believes, is that you look like the professional by going there on Facebook and clicking and sharing it and putting your thoughts before it. It really energizes your base, your sphere of influence, to be able to see that, oh, you are a professional. You're aware of what's going on, not only locally, but nationwide as well with the industry, whether it be with finance, with what's going on with mortgage rates, whether it be news about, major retailers coming or going, or it be something, like a recent news story where a $1 billion project was pulled back due to issues in the real estate world. So being able to take that and use how easy it is to reshare an article, make sure to follow us on Facebook as well.
Yeah, it's absolutely true, John. I don't know a single successful real estate agent that hasn't worked hard to build a good Facebook following. And what a great way to add value to those
Yes.
people that are following us. Now, a lot of the things that you're doing out there in your companies are successful. You're growing even in today's market, and we want to know about that. So one of the best ways to maximize your subscription with us is to send us your news.
Exactly. I love that. You know, there's a lot of things that are happening. We receive from a lot of different companies. There are press releases, individuals saying, hey, this is something that we've accomplished. Do your readers know about this? By sending over this information over to us, one of our editors will reach out to you. It might be Phil himself reaching out and creating a whole series of news articles based on the information you've sent over. But are you expanding? Are you growing? Have you done something great? Are you helping out others in the industry, others in your community? Reach out, send us that information so that we can share what's happening. We can share the news that's occurring. And really, at the end of the day, help you build that clout surrounding you to your sphere of influence. Because once it's here, once that article's on our site, you can go back to it and reshare it out again, you know, and be able to make it really help you shine. And
It's
that's
fantastic third-party validation, John. Now, with over 1 million subscribers, we're not promising that we're going to be able to write a story about all of the good things that you're doing, but you won't get a story at all if you don't send us your news. So make sure you do. And you don't actually have to wait for us to write it at all. You can write for us. So if you are a writer or you know a writer and you've learned something that can benefit the rest of our readers and send it to us, there's a chance we'll give you a byline article on our site.
Yes, I love that. I love the fact that you'll be able to do that. And once again, our editors, they love that ability. If you have that story and you want to write for us and get it out there and be able to get that, you know, that published clout that comes along with it with your sphere of influence, like Rick just said, that third-party validation is critical for your business and continued growth. I'm glad you brought that up.
All right. Well, John, we're about to run out of time. This is just, we are only scratching the surface of the value that you can get out of the site. And we're going to be adding more every single day. So stay tuned. You're going to see more videos like this and some live events where we'll be able to take your questions and find out more about specifically what you'd like to see. John, any final thoughts before we cut them loose for today?
You know what? Just if there's anything that we need to do in order to make sure that news gets out there, recent news, articles, make sure you subscribe, provide us with the news, and make sure you are sharing this out once again with your sphere of influence that you've worked tirelessly in order to create. Because at the end of the day, WRE News is all about you.